What is up, YouTube? Easy Day Breeze back again, doing another reaction video to Downton Abbey Season 1, Episode 5. So there's only like 2 more episodes after this one for Season 1. I'm gonna skip the recap of last episode. Not a lot really happened, just a few things, but yeah, let's just hop right into the episode.
You made me joking.
Daisy, what is the matter with you?
You're all thumbs.
Sorry. I hate this room.
Well, why? What's the matter with it?
I think that's the room. Yeah, I knew she was having those problems because you can see she's kind of struggling with them, like wanting to tell somebody what happened. Like she knows something happened. Like I'm pretty sure now.
Is that from Papa? You seem very absorbed.
Your Aunt Rosamond.
Anything interesting?
Nothing to trouble you with.
Poor Aunt Rosamond, all alone in that big house. I feel so sorry for her.
I don't. All alone with plenty of money in a house in Eaton Square. I can't imagine anything better.
Money
Really,
isn't
Mary,
everything,
I wish you
Mary.
wouldn't talk like that. There will come a day when someone thinks you mean what you say.
It can't come soon enough for me.
Carson, I'll be in the library. Will you let me know when her ladyship is down? Certainly, my lord. Sybil, darling.
Clearly, he's not happy with that response.
Edith, to settle our promised church visit.
If you want.
Well, we can't just throw her over when she made such an effort to arrange the last one.
It's all in your head.
I don't think so.
Then she's barking up the wrong tree.
Poor Edith. I hope
Oh, I
there's a
knew
right
it.
tree
Edith
for her
is trying to
somewhere.
get with Matthew, and
I was
Matthew's not
wondering
having
if I
it.
took some time this afternoon to help in the village hall.
Why was happening?
It's the flower show, sir, next Saturday.
Yeah, he
I'll
loves
give my
Mary.
father a hand with his
You can't
stall.
forget about
Of course you
Mary.
must go.
And so, I'm afraid, must I. Is Mr. Carson with?
I don't think so. I was just looking for him myself.
You know how last episode, Carson was going through the books and he noticed some of the wine bottles were missing. So that must have been Thomas taking the wine.
I'm just... No, it's lovely. Have you recovered, Daisy?
What from?
She had a bit of a turn when we were in Lady Mary's room, didn't you?
I'm fine, thank you.
What sort of a turn? Did you see a ghost?
Can you leave her alone if she doesn't want to talk about
Yeah,
it?
she seen
wondered if this place
Mary
was
and her
haunted.
mom
It ought to
bringing
be.
in that body.
The spirits of maids and footmen who died in slavery.
But not in Thomas's case from overwork.
Haha.
Come on, Daisy, what was
They
it?
sniffing at each other. They See, she want to tell what
I don't
happened.
know,
She
I was
just doesn't.
thinking... First we had the Titanic.
Don't keep harping back to that.
I know it was a while ago, but we knew him. I think of how we laid the fires for Mr. Patrick, but he drowned in them icy waters.
God's sake.
And then there's the Turkish gentleman. It just seems there's been too much death in the house.
What's that got to do with Lady Mary's bedroom?
Oh,
Nothing. Nothing at all.
I think O'Neill's gonna connect the dots. Like, I think O'Neill knows she knows something. I mean, how couldn't you, piece that together anyway?
What's up with you?
Nothing.
His lordship's blaming Mr. Napier for spreading gossip about Lady Mary. It was you, wasn't it?
Why'd you say that?
Because Napier wasn't in on it. Only 4 people knew he was in her room that night. You, me, Lady Mary, and possibly Daisy. And I haven't said nothing to nobody.
Well, I didn't tell about them. Who could just wrote that Lady Mary was no better than she ought to be?
Who did you write it to?
Only a friend of mine, Valet Lord Saverton.
Oh, you know what they say about
Oh,
old Savant?
wow.
Not so much an open mind as an open mouth. No wonder it's all round London.
You won't tell me. I'm in enough trouble as it is.
Oh, what's happened?
Mr. Bates saw me nicking a bottle of wine.
Has he told Mr. Carson?
Not yet, but he will when he's feeling spine. Wish we could be sharp.
Then think of something quick. Turn the tables on him before he has a chance to nail you. Daisy? You know when you were talking about the feeling of death in the house,
I was just being silly.
I found myself wondering about the connection between the poor Turkish gentleman, Mr. Pamuk, and Lady Mary's room. Only you were saying how you felt so uncomfortable in there.
See, I knew O'Neill would find out.
I've got to get on. I'm late enough as it is.
O'Neill's very smart.
Is it alright to do the fire?
Why are you so late?
I went back to my room after I'd woken everyone, and I just shut my eyes for a moment. I've been trying to catch up ever since.
Have you had any breakfast?
Not a crumb.
Here.
What, you can't take a biscuit?
She never eats them. None of them do. They're just thrown away and changed every evening.
Thanks. She won't mind anyway. She's nice, Lady Sybil.
I bet she about to get caught eating that.
Gwen? May I ask why you're sitting on Lady Sybil's bed?
Well, you see, I had a turn. Like a burst of sickness, just sudden like. I had to sit down.
It's true.
You better go and lie down. I'll tell Mrs. Hughes.
I don't need to interrupt a morning. I'm sure I'll be fine if I could just put my feet up.
How many bedrooms have you still got to do?
Just one, Lady Edith.
You can manage on your own.
Well, she's no use to man or beast in that state. Go on. Shoot.
Carson's not gonna say
Daisy?
anything. I knew he was gonna say something.
Why you're holding Lady Sybil's biscuit jar?
I was just
Carson is so
polishing it before I
strict.
put it back.
See that you do.
I'm not sure. His sister, Mrs. Chetwood, sent me the receipt. I'm trying to persuade Mrs. Patmore to make it.
I'm trying to persuade her ladyship that I've already planned the dinner with her and I can't change it now.
Why not?
Because everything's been ordered and prepared.
Well, there's nothing here that looks very complicated. Apples, lemons, butter.
I cannot work from a new receipt at a moment's notice.
But I can read it to you if that's the problem.
Problem? Who mentioned a problem? How dare you say such a thing in front of her ladyship?
Very well.
Is Mrs. Patmore like losing her eyesight? Because I think that's one of the things that happens like later on in the seasons. I said I think. I'm not really sure, so.
But I had to let your skirt down a little, but I can put it back.
It's yours. What will happen if one of the maids finds her room's empty?
Oh, but it would only be Anna. And she wouldn't give me away. She's like a sister. She'd never betray me.
Oh, she's not like my sisters.
Walk on.
Shall I give you a hand?
Oh, would you? Takes half the time with two.
And gets to be with her boo.
Me too. Although I don't know why. We think what she's got and we haven't.
Mrs. Hughes said she was after the other heir, Mr. Patrick Crawley, the one who drowned.
That was different. She was in love with him.
What happened?
She never got a look in. He was all set up to marry Lady Mary.
And he's a braver man than I am, Gungadin. Sad to think about.
It's always sad. You love someone who doesn't love you back. No matter who you are.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's sad that he died.
Oh. Yes.
I was
Very
agreeing
sad.
to what she said earlier.
He was nice. Well, thank you for that. Much appreciated.
My pleasure. Perhaps Mr. Patrick did love you back, he just couldn't say it.
Why ever not?
Sometimes we're not at liberty to speak. Sometimes it wouldn't be right.
Hmm.
I'm sorry, my lord. I didn't think you'd been here.
Are my eyes deceiving me, or is one of these missing?
I don't know them well enough.
No, why would you? There's a very pretty little blue one with a miniature framed in French paste. It was made for a German prince, I forget who. Unless it's been moved for some reason. Well, why would it be?
Oh, okay. I think Thomas took it and he's trying to set up Bates. That's so obvious. I think it's gonna be in Bates's room.
Dragon, if you don't move now, I'll have you boiled for glue.
Oh.
You look done in. I'll bring you some food up later when we finish dinner. Where were you?
You came up then?
Of course I did. I had to change for the afternoon.
Did you cover for me?
What do you think?
Ah.
I don't suppose this had anything to do with Lady Sybil.
Oh, Emma. Well, it was a nightmare. I don't know how I got up without being seen. Well, I'm sure I left a trail of mud up the stairs.
So, did you get the job?
Well, we'll have to wait and see.
Sorry to bother you, my lady, but your mother wanted you to know Lady Sybil's back. She's changing now, so dinner won't be late after all.
What happened to her?
The horse went lame.
Is there anything else?
There is something that's been troubling me. You remember the Turkish gentleman, Mr. Pamuk, the one who died?
Oh, this.
Of course I remember.
Well, it's Daisy, my lady. Kitchen maid. Only she's been talking recently as if she had ideas about Mr. Pamuk's death.
What sort of ideas?
Well, I've no proof, and maybe I'm wrong. But I've a sense she knows something, but won't say what. Something involving Lady Mary?
Oh, how absurd. Well, what could she know?
Whatever it is, she won't say. Not to us, anyway.
Have you spoken to Lady Mary about this?
I didn't like to, my lady. It seemed impertinent somehow. But I thought someone in the family ought to know about it.
Quite right. Bring the gal to my room. Tomorrow, after breakfast.
That is so sneaky.
What did she want? Nothing.
Oh.
Just a message from Mama to say that Sybil had turned up alive.
Poor darling.
Edith.
She had to walk for miles.
Oh.
I don't think I'd have got down however lame it was.
No. I don't believe you would.
Oh.
I'm sure you see O'Brien only acted as she did because she is concerned.
I suppose so, lady.
You only want dirt on Mary, Edith.
But you
Come
are in
on.
possession of some knowledge that is uncomfortable for you. Because if that is the case, then
poor
I don't
Daisy.
think it fair on you. Why should you be burdened with Mary's secret? My dear, my heart goes out to you. It really does. Oh, there. You've been carrying too heavy a burden for too long. Just tell me, and I promise you'll feel better.
You are quite wonderful the way you see room for improvement wherever you look. I never knew such reforming zeal. I take that as a compliment.
I love this episode.
Poor Granny. She's not used to being challenged.
Or his mother. I think we should let them settle it between them.
So are you interested in flowers?
I'm interested in the village. In fact, I'm on my way to inspect the cottages.
You know what all work and no play did for Jack.
You think I'm a dull boy anyway, don't you? I play too. I'm coming up for dinner tonight. I suspect I'm there to balance the numbers. Is it in aid of anything?
Not that I know of. Just a couple of dreary neighbours, that's all.
Maybe I'll shine by comparison.
Mary, we're going.
Maybe you will.
They love each other. Oh my goodness. I mean, they like each other. They ain't in love yet.
I want to say something before I ring the gong. I'm afraid it's not very pleasant. His lordship is missing a very valuable snuff box. It appears to have been taken from the case in his room. If one of you knows anything about this, will he or she please come to me?
Mamma, not again. How many times am I to be ordered to marry the man sitting next to me at dinner?
As many times as it takes.
I turned down Matthew Crawley. Is it likely I'd marry Strallan when I wouldn't marry him?
I'm glad you've come to think more highly of Cousin Matthew.
That's not the point.
No, there's a rumor in London that you are not virtuous.
What? Does Papa know about this?
He knows it and he dismisses it because, unlike you and me, he does not know that it is true.
Oh. Oh shit.
Let's hope it's just unkind gossip. Because if anyone heard about
Kamal, my lover, Kamal Pamuk.
He didn't have that.
You mustn't be unkind to Edith. She has few advantages.
Wait.
Fewer?
Edith's right there listening. She knows it's true now what Daisy told her. Wow. This episode. But she ain't had to say that about Edith.
Look in the oven. What happened? It's a blooming Daisy! I said she'd be the death of me, now the words come true!
Sit down, come and sit down.
Get away!
The cat eating the
Back to the
food.
stables. What will you serve now?
Then, of course, I haven't got anything else.
There's no doubt about it. The next few years in farming are going to be about mechanization. That's the test, and we're going to have to meet it. Do you agree, Lady Mary?
Yes, of course, Sir Anthony. I'm sure I do. Are we ever going to be allowed to turn?
Sir Anthony, it must be so hard to meet the challenge of the future and yet be fair to your employees.
That is the point precisely. We can't fight progress, but we must find ways to soften the blow.
I should love to see one of the new harvesters, if you would ever let me. We don't have one here.
I should be delighted.
Edith trying to get her man.
Has.
Lady Grant.
Mama has released me, thank God.
Sir Anthony seems nice enough.
If you want to talk farming and foxes by the hour.
How's he
Rather looking
getting
forward to
along?
the flower show tomorrow.
Where Mr. Marsley's roses will turn everybody's heads. But if you tell Granny I said so, I'll denounce you as a liar.
I wouldn't dare. I'll leave that to my fearless mother.
How are the cottages?
They're coming on wonderfully. I'd love to show you.
Obviously, it's an act of faith at this stage.
Oh, good God! What on earth? I do apologize, Lady Grant. I had a mouthful of salt.
What? Everyone, put down your forks. Curse.
Oh, Mrs.
Bring
Patmore
fruit,
put salt
bring
on
cheese,
the
bring
on the
anything
dessert.
to take this taste away. Sir Anthony, I am so sorry.
Fains I be Mrs. Patmore's kitchen maid when the news gets out.
Poor girl. We ought to send in a rescue party. You must think it's very disorganized.
I'm not sure. These things happen.
Oh, Miss Patmore, what's going on?
Not that bad. Nobody's died.
I don't understand it. It must have been that Daisy. She's muddled
You
everything
can't
up
blame
before I
Daisy
know
for
it.
everything.
You're not in the line of fire.
I know that pudding. I chose it because I know it.
Snuff boxes.
Where?
Hidden in your room.
You don't
Of
think...
course
Of course
it
I
is.
don't. Silly beggar.
And
I bet Thomas would like it if they took you for a thief.
yes, I expect he would.
Go upstairs now and find it. And when you have, you can choose whether to put it in Thomas's room or give it to me, and I'll slip it into Miss O'Brien's.
You naughty girl.
Fight fire with fire. That's what my mum says.
Knowing Bates, he's just gonna put it back in the, you know, in the glass case.
Do you think we should go down and see her? Tomorrow. She needs time to recover her nerves. I knew there was something going on.
It seems hard that poor Sir Anthony had to pay the price.
Good God!
As for you giggling like a ridiculous schoolgirl with Cousin Matthew, it was pathetic.
Oh, poor Edith. I'm sorry Cousin Matthew's proved a disappointment to you.
Who says he has?
Matthew. He told me. Oh, sorry, wasn't I supposed to know?
Oh, wow.
You were very helpful, Edith, looking after Sir Anthony. You saved the day.
I enjoyed it. We seem to have a lot to talk about.
Spare me your boasting, please.
No, he's jealous.
Jealous? Do you think I couldn't have that old booby if I wanted him? Even you can't take every prize. Is that a challenge?
If you like.
Pudding didn't spoil the evening for you.
On the contrary.
I'm glad you and Mary are getting along. There's no reason you can't be friends.
No reason at all.
I don't suppose there's any chance that you could sort of start again.
Life is full of surprises.
Ah, I've been waiting for you. I found a book over here, and I think it's just the thing to catch your interest.
Oh, really?
I'm intrigued. What's it been?
It's looking in the library.
Oh,
I was
wow.
very taken by what you were saying over dinner.
So rightly, Mary. How clever you are. This is exactly what we have to be aware of.
There's a section just here that I was rather unsure about. I wonder if you could tell me.
That's petty.
It seems we've both been thrown over for a bigger prize.
Heavens, is that the time?
You're not going.
The truth is my head's splitting. I don't want to spoil the party, so I'll slip away.
Wow.
I'll make my excuses to your parents.
Excuse me, Sir Anthony. Has Mr. Crawley left?
Yes, my lady.
But what about the car? Branson can't have brought it round so quickly.
Why, he said he'd rather walk, my lady.
Thank you.
Mary can be such a child.
What do you mean, darling?
She thinks if you put a toy down, it'll still be sitting there when you want to play with it again.
What are you talking about?
Never mind.
That was so stupid, Mary. Why?
Oh, Mr. Carson, we were wondering about that snuff box. Has it turned up yet?
I'm afraid not.
Well, I think we should have a search.
What?
Doesn't do to leave these things too long.
Mr. Carson can search the men's rooms, Mrs. Hughes the women's. And it should be right away, now we've talked of it, so no one has a chance to hide the box. Don't you agree, Mr. Carson?
Oh, perhaps it's for the best, although I'm sure I won't find anything. Yeah, I'll fetch Mrs. Hughes.
I think I'll just,
I better check its time. My. You have been busy.
was expecting you later than this. I'll tell Mosley to lock up.
Thanks. Good night, Mother.
How was your evening? Did you enjoy yourself?
Quite. The thing is, just for a moment, I thought... Never mind what I thought. I was wrong. Good night.
Damn, Mary. You tripping. You see how hurt he is, man? I've been there, yo. So many times.
From our ordeal. Well, I got a letter this morning. They must have written it as soon as I left the office. They are pleased to have met me, but I do not quite fit their requirements. So, it was all for nothing.
I don't agree.
Only a fool doesn't know when they've been beaten.
Then I'm the fool, for I'm a long way from being beaten yet.
When you ran off last night, I hope you hadn't thought me rude.
Certainly not. I monopolised you at dinner. I had no right to any more of your time.
You see, Edith and I had this sort of bet.
But please, don't apologise. I had a lovely evening, and I'm glad we're on speaking terms. Now, I should look after my mother.
How the tables have turned, Mary.
Don't be stupid.
I suppose you didn't want him when he wanted you. And now it's the other way around. You have to admit, it's quite funny.
I'll admit that if I ever wanted to attract a man, I'd steer clear of those clothes and that hat.
You think yourself so superior, don't you?
Oh.
I think she who laughs last, laughs longest.
Did that miss it?
What is Edith up to? Spreading rumors? The Turkish ambassador in London. Ooh. Edith, come on. Okay, so that was episode 5 of season 1, and to me so far that was my favorite episode of the first season so far, because there's still episode 6 and episode 7 left. I love this episode. Just gonna talk briefly because I didn't really talk much, but give a little brief review. But I love this episode. It was so much going on. You had Anne and Bates, their little love thing going on, Anne telling Bates that she loved him. And there's Anne and Bates versus Thomas and O'Neill. Thomas, which I think it was Thomas that stole that the little box that was in that glass case, try to frame Bates, and Bates finding it and returning it, but they pretended like they hid it in O'Neill's or Thomas's room, and you see O'Neill just throwing stuff up in a room. Then you had Edith and Mary just going at it this episode. It was so... I felt bad for both of them actually, because, you know, it just sucks, yo. I felt really bad for Edith too, because Mary just looks down on her so much, and you can see Edith is just trying to, you know, live up to like Mary's standard and like her beauty, and she doesn't feel as good, and she feels that like Mary gets all the attention, so she's kind of jealous. So I get it, I get that, but I wish they would just come together and, you know, give each other like big old hugs, you know, and just relax, you know, because jeez, they don't even be doing that kind of stuff, man. But I get it too. And Mary and Matthew, man, Mary, come on, you love that guy, you got feelings for him, and she's, you know, I understand where Matthew's coming from, because, you know, I've actually been in his shoes, you know, where you think you're on good terms with a lady friend, and then all of a sudden it's like, what happened? You're like not as into me anymore, because some, you know, just some little stuff like Mary trying to prove something to Edith, like she can take her man or something like that. Yeah, just some stuff like that, like some old jealousy BS. It's just like all that just like culminate into something that's not very pleasant. But yes, this was my favorite episode of this season so far. So I'm just gonna wrap it up here. I'm gonna say I really like that episode. I can't wait for episode 6. I'm gonna do a reaction to episode 6 next week. So watch out for that. Yeah. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned. I'm gonna put out more stuff this week. Another reaction. I know I keep saying I'm gonna get away from reactions, but that's all I'm doing right now. It's not much I can do right now, so more reaction videos coming up. I will be dropping out films once me and my crew get together. Yeah, we're gonna be dropping some content other than reactions. I know you only see me so far, but you're gonna see my other friends. And I have some other people up in here too. But yeah, thank you for watching the reaction, and see you next time on my channel, Easy Day Breeze.